My next guest, he called this to a T, coming off a huge win over Brett Johns back at Bellator 259 on Friday. It is Danny Sabatello back here on the program. Danny, how's it going? You must be feeling pretty damn good.
Yeah, well, feeling a little hungover right now, but hey, I'll take it.
I appreciate this. Listen, if I knew you were coming hungover, we probably would have rescheduled this, but you're trucking through it. I'm sure some well-deserved celebrations after the big win on Friday.
Yeah, it was definitely a big one. And after that, I like to enjoy myself. You know, it's no secret that I like to party. So been having fun since then, and but I'm ready to get back in the gym and get the ball rolling again.
Could that fight have gone any better outside of a finish? I mean, you absolutely dominated him in that fight.
Yeah, I really wanted the finish. I thought it was going to come in the third round, but it didn't. And hey, you know, I'm not one of those robots that sits here and critiques myself and says that, oh, I'm unhappy with my performance. The bottom line is I'm very satisfied and happy with my performance. It was great on my end. I'm happy, and anything short of a finish, it was perfect.
What was the game plan heading in?
The game plan, honestly, there really wasn't much of one because I felt like I was so much better on every area than he was. So it was kind of just a feel out type deal. If it was going to occur on the feet, I didn't think he was going to pose any issues there. And then obviously on the ground, I didn't think he was going to pose any issues. So it was basically going there. If it takes place on the feet, cool. If it takes place on the ground, cool. We'll just, whatever way it is, I'm going to win either way.
Anything surprised you about him in the fight that maybe you weren't expecting?
Not really. Before the fight, I don't know if you guys could see online, but he was like screaming in the octagon. He was screaming in the cage. And I could sense that he was a little bit more nervous than I thought he was going to be. You know, when you see someone that's from the UK screaming inside the cage, it's like a movie. You know, this guy's just a crazy nut job from Wales. But this isn't a movie, you know, this is hell. You know, I'm over on the other end, straight chilling like it's just another day on the beach, you know. So I knew I was a little more calm than he was, and I was a little bit surprised by that because he's 17-2, a lot of experience, but I think I got in his head a little bit fight week, so I think that played a little bit of a part in it.
So you get the decision win, get your hand raised. How are you celebrating that night? I got to know.
So we're at the casino, just going to the bars with my coaches and some teammates, just having some fun.
Okay, gotcha. And then that's sort of been an extension of that, basically send the fight. Like, when did you get back to Florida?
I got back that following afternoon, and then right when I went back, you know, I saw some friends and we went out, had some fun, had to celebrate with them. I'm going back to Chicago in like 3 or 4 days just to see some more friends and hang out with them and see some more family.
That's excellent. That's good. And then also, like, I imagine things are kind of back to normal in Florida. It seems like it anyways for the rest of us because we're still kind of, you know, dealing with the lockdowns and stuff. But is it pretty much like you can go out? Do you have to? I don't know if you have to wear a mask. Like, what's the deal in Florida right now?
No, Florida is 100% open. You know, no masks. People still wear them. You know, you can wear your mask. It doesn't matter. So half the people are wearing them, half aren't wearing them. But you kind of can do whatever you want. You know, you can go anywhere you want. There's no capacity limitations or anything like that. It's pretty much wide open.
Now, did you see the betting odds going into the fight? I don't know if you saw, but you were like almost like a 3-1 underdog. Did you see that?
Yeah, I did. I was pumped about that. I was kind of happy because I knew my fans could make money on me. Yeah. I think when I saw it, when it first came out, I was like plus 300, I think. Yeah. But then the line like kept going down as the week went on. I think I might have closed at plus 200 or so. So you still made some pretty good money if you bet on me. But yeah,
I think it was your interviews, honestly, like the one you did with me. I saw the one you did with Mike Heck. Like, I think you convinced people like what you were saying, which is that you were going to go out there and smash this guy. Because that was the first thing I thought of as I'm watching the fight. It's like, this guy's saying exactly what was going to happen in the fight. It was crazy.
Right, and it's cool to look back and see the interviews, and especially the one I did with you. I think I called it right down to a T. Yeah. Other than I called the second round TKO, didn't get that. Wish I did. No big deal. But yeah, it was cool to see the betting lines go down. I hope my next fight, I'm a dog again. I like that I can make my fans and people that believe in me money, but I guess we'll just have to see.
Did you get a lot of people messaging you saying they won a bunch of money on your fight? Because again, like you do see it in Bellator every now and then. You'll see like a big underdog win. There's another underdog in Hannah Guy who won as well that night. But did you see it? Did anyone send you any DMs like, "Hey, thanks, man, you got me some dinner" or whatever?
Yeah, a ton of my friends are big gamblers too. So they were pretty pumped about it. They were going in when I was going into the fight. They were all texting me how much I'm going to make them money and all that stuff. So honestly, it pumps me up even more. Especially being a dog like that.
And did you see like the social media following go up? Like again, this was you were sort of the talk of the town on Friday, with that big win.
Yeah, definitely. And all over on my Instagram and Facebook, you got people loving me. A lot of hate, probably more hate than love, which
really, probably the Welsh fans, right? Yeah.
Yeah, Welsh fans and people just people don't like confident people. I know a lot of people aren't fans of grappling. They think it's boring. They don't really understand MMA, but I welcome it all. I think if you hate me or you love me, I'm doing my job right. I don't want people to be bored with MMA. I think this is a very energy-ridden sport, so I want people to either love me or hate me. I mean, it's no sweat off my back either one. Obviously, I'd like to get love, but hey, if you hate me, fuck you too. Let's bring it on.
Yeah. Have you or your management spoken to Bellator? They must have been pleased with you going out there and taking out one of their big free agents.
Yeah, I have a call with my manager here in a couple hours, so we'll talk about that. We'll see what Bellator said. We'll see what's the next move for me, what's best for me. I haven't really heard too much from them, but I'm imagining that they were pretty happy about it.
And it was interesting you fought on the same card as Austin Vanderford, who's another guy that I think won on Contender Series. The UFC passed on, like yourself. Like, does that make the win a little bit sweeter, just knowing that the UFC kind of missed the boat and you sort of showed how good you were in this debut for Bellator?
Dude, absolutely. That Friday night was the Sabatello and Vanderford show. Yeah. Austin is at ATT, so I know him pretty well. He's a good friend of mine, and that dude's a killer also. So I was so pumped that I got the win. He got the win. Alex Shabili, who's also ATT, got the win. He was the first fight, the fight before mine.
That's right, yeah.
So it was awesome. And again, yeah, Austin was on Dana White's Contender Series, got passed up. So even after the fight, we were talking like, yeah, dude, like this couldn't have gone any better. Yeah,
no, it's great. I know you got the call with your manager in a few hours. When are you looking to get back in there? When would be sort of an ideal time to have your next fight?
The ASAP. I want August. I think that's like a couple months, so that'd be perfect. I have no injuries. I'm not a fighter that likes taking time off. Half these fighters don't like fucking fighting. They go fight one time and then they disappear. It's disgusting, So I'd like to get 4 fights in every single year, if I'm healthy, and that I am right now. So August makes sense. And I want Jornal Lugo or Josh Hill. Those are 2 ranked guys. I'd call out 2 people because if I call out one person, they're bound to not want to fight me. So I'm hoping between one of the 2, either one of those pussies steps up. That's what makes sense, because I don't think I'm going to get Sergio Pettis or Juan Archuleta off of just one win. I know Patrick Mix and James Gallagher are supposed to be fighting each other, but they keep backing out because they're both pussies. And then Caldwell and Hygo, they just fought, so I don't really know their timeline. Mm-hmm. I'm assuming that they might want to take a little bit of time off. I don't know if they're injured. They get hurt during their fights. I don't. So they might not be down to go. So Jornal Lugo and Josh Hill is just really what makes sense.
Yeah, no, I'd agree. And I think that's the type of win, too, that kind of put the division on notice in a way. Because, again, a lot of people felt like John's coming over. He only had a couple losses. I mean, this was a big win. Do you feel that way, that this was sort of a statement win to kind of wake up the division and say, look, I'm the guy that got signed here, not Brett. I'm the main attraction.
Yeah, absolutely massive. That was a massive win because, that guy was talked about a lot. And I saw some people online saying that he's going to immediately contend for a title. And it's not just that I go in there and I fucking beat that guy. Dude, I dominated that guy. That guy got no offense on me. I dominated him for 3 rounds, 30-27 unanimous decision. And I think if I fight him 10 times, I beat him 9 out of 10 times. And then you had that it was on 5 days notice to that. And it's just the cherry on top, man. If I'm dominating a guy like Brett Johns, who only has losses to Pedro Munoz and Aljamain Sterling, it just kind of proves how good I am.
Yeah, no, I agree with that. You mentioned going to Chicago. What are the plans for the next couple of days? I know you said you're going to go see family. Got anything booked, or are you just going to kind of see friends and just sort of take it day by day?
Yeah, nothing booked yet. I'm going to go back to Chicago just because, that's where I'm from. I was born and raised there. I moved down to South Florida like 3-ish years ago, to train at American Top Team. But, home still kind of is Chicago, and that's where my friends and family are. So I'm going to go see them. I'm still going to be training out there, of course. I train every single day. I'll probably even train tonight. But I'm going to take that day by day, and of course it'll depend on when the next fight is. If I get a fight booked, I'm not going to be in Chicago very long, just because I love the training out here in American Top Team. But I figure I'll be in Chicago for a couple weeks, seeing friends, partying, having fun, seeing family, still getting some good training in, and then I'll be right back here probably mid-June.
Danny, thanks so much for the time, man. Enjoy the victory tour. I'm sure we'll talk soon. In the meantime, if you got anyone you want to thank, any sponsors, any social media, I'll give you the last word.
Nope, I'm just coming for that motherfucking belt.